Yo, what's going on, guys? So we are after the day 3 of the league, so it's time for another update. And I'm not gonna lie, the day 3 was a pretty big one. Quite a lot of upgrades, a lot of currency has been made. So first I wanna start with probably the most interesting thing, which is how I did make my currency to be able to afford all of the gear that I have and even more. So in the last video, I was talking about the fact that I finished my Atlas pretty much, and I was thinking about starting boss rushing, which is exactly what I did. So what I started doing is I was just buying a bunch of tier 14 maps from TFT for 3 to 4 chaos, most of the time for 3 chaos, sometimes on trade. I would just buy them and horizon orb them into the Mesa and Ashenwoods. And that's because I just really like these layouts for boss rushing. They are very small and it's easy to find the league mechanics in these maps. So what I was doing in these maps is basically going for boss rushing. So I went for the additional chance for Searing Exarchs. I was getting Searing Exarch invitations. On top of that, Guardian maps, Conqueror maps, and I actually had Synthesis maps for a while, but they are pretty cheap right now and they are pretty rare, so I decided to drop them. I don't think they are worth it. So, and by the way, I had a little bit different tree. Right now I moved on to different strategy, so that's why I'm explaining what I had earlier. So again, I had a Synthesis tree, and as trying to look for the other changes I did. Still had for a while some additional map drops, but since I'm just buying them, I decided to drop them. And I also am done testing Harvest. I don't think it's like super worth it. I'm probably gonna go back to testing it later, but for now, I just left Heist on my Atlas tree. That's because actually most of my profit that I made from this strategy has been actually from Heist, because we can get 2 additional caches for 6 chaos, and if you go for all of the blocks, you just leave Heist and you get additional chance for Smuggler cache. You actually very often will get third Smuggler cache for free, and also Stream of Consciousness, which gives you 50% more chance. So that was the biggest part about this strategy. On top of that, essences. I can understand that right now a lot of people have issues with killing essences, and trust me, I also have still a lot of issues with killing them, but you don't have to kill every single essence. Even if you skip some of the hard ones and you can just kill easy essences, you can actually make a lot of money. And especially when I actually started doing the maps wide, I started having less issues with killing them, and right now I very rarely am skipping essences, especially with my gear upgrades. So again, what I went for is just blocking everything except for Heist. I was doing Heist as map device with Heist passives. On top of that, essences if I could kill them, and some invitations plus Guardian maps. But like I already said, the biggest part of the profit was the Heist. So as an example, I'm going to show you one Ashenwood. So I'm just using Heist, Searing Exarch. And after the map, I'm gonna talk about my gear. So I'm just running for a map, looking for the caches and the essence and the tablet for the calendar. I'm not really doing the mechanic. I already profit blueprint, which is worth like 20C, the gem one. I'm looking for more of them. And here's the essence. So I'm gonna just quickly kill it. And as you could see, I almost died there like a few times. To flask a lot.
Return to the dirt.
But still, I'm able to kill them. And here is a map boss. Unfortunately, no map. And also, if I found a good atlas, like for example this, chance to drop Scarab, I would also kill a little bit of monsters. Not too many, but I would focus a little bit more on killing monsters. And here is the second cache. Here's the tablet. Let me just quickly choose something. And tablet is pretty annoying because you actually have to kill everything around you, otherwise monsters are gonna be attacking you when you're thinking. Let me choose Metamorph and this one. And let's continue looking for the third cache, and it's not here. But that's still fine. I wouldn't always like search for the entire map, I would just leave if like found most of the things. And that's pretty much it. So in terms of like profit from this map, obviously you didn't really get too much from the essence, but that was an unlucky one. I can show you my essence stub. I have quite a lot of essences. I still haven't sold them, and I actually had like 10 of each corrupted. I actually sold quite a lot of them yesterday. And in terms of profit from Heist, here you can see the markers, which are worth around, I would say, 400 for 1C. So it's probably a little bit more than 2 chaos. And the contracts, most of them are gonna sell for 2C, but so, for example, something like Deception, you can sell for 8 to 9 chaos, which pretty much just pays for the map device and even more. But obviously from time to time we're gonna get the gems, which you can sell for around 20C right now. And also I did complete all of the Heist quest that you drop from Smuggler Crashes, which lets you drop the unique contracts, and twins is worth right now around 25C, and I actually sold some twins for 50-60C before they went down in price. So again, Heist, the biggest profit. And here you can see my Heist stuff. I still have quite a lot of stuff to sell, and that's the only issue with this strategy. I actually was selling everything very fast yesterday, but since then I feel like more people are farming contracts and blueprints, and it is a bit harder to sell them. But it's still not impossible. As you can see, there are quite a lot of like holes in here, which basically means that I sold some of them. And another thing, you're gonna drop the full revealed blueprints because of this passive. Some of them are gonna be full revealed, and it's pretty hard to sell them. You should probably sell them for like 50 chaos, maybe more, but not that many people are buying them. So maybe it is actually gonna be a good idea that after I get like 10-15 of them, I'm actually just gonna run them myself, because you actually can get quite a lot of rewards. Like for example, this one has 9 currency and 8 divination rewards. That's a lot of rewards. So yeah, that was basically what I was doing to make my money. Most of the profit I made, again, was just from the contracts and the blueprints. So in terms of the stuff that I bought, I did buy Paradoxica. I did buy Veiled ones for 2 divines, and I did unveil it myself, and I got physical damage and attack speed when unique or rare monster is nearby, which is not local attack speed, which means it's not that great, but still it was much better than Ichimonji. And by the way, I was doing that strategy with just Ichimonji, a 5-link, and yeah, a lot of other weaker gear. So it's definitely possible, especially with Heist. Like Heist is so easy, you literally just click Smuggler Cache, that's it. You don't even have to do it with essences. You can literally just buy maps for 4 chaos, click on the Heist stuff, kill a map boss and leave, and you're gonna make profit. So yeah, I did buy Paradoxica. I actually had a very lucky 1 hour at the end of the last day, and within that hour I did buy Brass Dome. I jeweler orbit into 6 socket in like 3 jewelers, and then I 6-link it in 20 fusings, so that was pretty lucky. Also during that time I did kill Maven, and I dropped the boots that I sold for 2 divines. I dropped Awakened Spell Echo that I sold for 5. I dropped 2 other Awakened gems that I sold for 1 divine each. And I killed Uber Elder, and he dropped me Watcher Eye that I sold for 3 divines. I also dropped this one, which is like 50 divine orbs, so I'm still waiting for it to sell. I don't expect it to sell. Dot Multi and Spell Suppression is a very nice combo, but I don't think currently anyone is interested in expensive Water Eyes, so I'm probably just gonna wait for a week before being able to sell it. And I also did drop 2 Forbidden Flames from Searing Exarch, and this one is maybe a bit cheaper. Yeah, 6 divine, so maybe I should reduce price. And I also have a Tailwind Boots. So yeah, I actually had all of that happened within like 1 hour. And also I did Corrupt Gloves from Shaper with LA Weakness. And yeah, I forgot to mention, with all of the gear that I have, I was able to kill every boss. So I have all of my Void Stone, I did a lot of invitations and stuff, so yeah. My Atlas is pretty much finished with progression. So that's how I got my Brass Dome. I did get a little bit better Here is Truth. I actually was lucky, was able to buy one with 80 dexterity and 49 crit multi. And I used the incubators for attributes, so I can use Paradoxica, and now I actually have even too much dexterity, but at that point I needed the dexterity for Paradoxica. I removed Magnate for Burst Girdle, because when you are using Paradoxica, double damage doesn't do anything, because Paradoxica always deals double damage. so I replace it with Verse Girdle. Well-rolled Rislafa would be better, but it's pretty expensive to buy right now. I also tried to use some Eldritch currency on my gloves, didn't really get anything that great, but at least I got a little bit of flat fist. And I think that's it in terms of upgrades in here, but I also bought the Brutal Restraint with Nasima, which gives 25% crit multi. I mean, a critical strike chance, which is also very, very nice. And right now with Brass Dome with 5% max res, I have 82, 83 max resistances, and I'm still very, very easily dying to essences with elemental damage. And the only issue I have right now is chaos resist, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to fix that until I get something like Mage Blood. Maybe I should be using Amethyst Flask instead of Basalt Flask. That might happen pretty soon. So yeah, in terms of gear, that's what I got. And last thing I want to talk about is what I'm doing now, because with this gear I actually was able to start doing better strategies, and the strategy that I'm going for right now is invitations, and that's what I was saying about swapping my tree a little bit. That's why I removed the synthesis. I went for all of the invitations stuff, so I'm using Height of the Hubris. All of the bosses are released at once for more splinters and so on. So I started buying Guardian maps. So I'm gonna show you right now how I am doing the Guardian maps. So here I have some of them. Let me take one of them. And what I would do with them is I would also make them white. And on top of that, I would horizon orb them into the small layouts, like Ashen Woods. So this is kind of still boss rushing, but on top of that you are also killing the Guardians. So now I'm gonna change to the Maven invitation, and I'm still using Heist. So let me show you the example. So just like previously, I'm just running through, searching for the tablet, essence, and smuggler caches. So here, choose this. Continue. Here's the essence. Oh, this is gonna be dangerous one. So I guess you're gonna see me struggle maybe a little bit. Oh, I guess it's not that one. Difficulty of the essences is very RNG. Sometimes you hit very bad combo and you're just dying constantly, and sometimes even with like 6 essences you have no issues with killing them. So contracts here, not so lucky. No blueprints. But it's still profitable even in this case. Now I'm waiting for the Guardian thing. This is the only annoying thing about doing Elder Guardians, and I'm actually doing like every Guardians, mostly Elders, but I'm still doing a little bit of Shapers and Conquerors. But Elder is definitely the most annoying because you have to wait a lot of time, but at the same time there's a lot of profit to be made from them, probably because of the fact that it's the longest one to do. So here you can see my single target. You can see I have no issues with killing them. I'm still struggling with defenses, but as long as you have insane DPS, you can still do the bosses. And by the way, in case you are wondering, right now I have around 25 million DPS if I have everything, every buff on me. So totems, Assassin Mark, Berserk, and now should have pretty nice DPS. And the Lightning guy is the most dangerous one, definitely. And last one. Place my totems, and here it is. No second fragment. And now I could either just leave right now, or I could search for possible third smuggler cache, and I guess I found third one. So again, this is why I'm doing. I am choosing all of the Atlas passives for additional smuggler cache. And this one was worth it because it dropped me the Deception, which is 8 chaos, so that was a pretty good one. So now I can just leave because I know there's no chance for the fourth one. So yeah, that's basically my strategy right now. After I do 4 months, then I do invitation, I get a lot of loot, and then I'm killing Maven. I could sell Maven, but to be honest, I have been pretty lucky with Maven drops. Again, I did drop 2 pair of boots, 3 Awakened gems, and I killed 3 Mavens. So far, every Maven, I think, from what I remember, every single Maven did drop me 1 Awakened gem. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now, and I'm probably gonna do the invitation farming for a little while. I'm still from time to time, if I am not feeling like buying Guardian maps, I still am going back to just normal boss rushing. It is still pretty good strategy, and eventually, while once the sextants are starting to show up on the trade, I'm gonna start buying guaranteed Guardian map drops, and if I have enough damage, maybe the sextant that give me scarab drops from the possessed monsters and combine it with the seance, but that will make essences extremely hard to kill. So I'm definitely waiting for maybe even more gear and maybe some nerfs for the essences, because that's apparently what we are getting pretty soon. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.